What's up? What's up, everybody? OG Blue Duck coming live. Thought I would start a new dynasty today. I'm going to start with the lowest rated team on the game and see what kind of dynasty we can build. Whole idea is just to kind of show you my approach on recruiting and game style, things like that. I'm not a pro or anything like that, but maybe some stuff is helpful. And really just looking to build the worst team on the game and see what we can do with them, and kind of track how I do that. Maybe it's helpful to you in your game. Maybe you just like to watch, whatever. But so we're going to start that today.
Welcome back to Dynasty Mode. I'm Reese Davis, and it's time to kick off your EA Sports College Football 26 coaching journey. First, select whether you want to play single-player or multi-user. A multi-user dynasty is where you can invite your friends and also import your own custom-created schools through Team Builder.
All right, single
Next,
player.
let's choose your rosters. If you're looking for the latest EA Sports recommended roster featuring more than 1,000 additional players, choose the active roster option. Or you can select the rosters from our original launch with a default roster option.
We will go with the default roster.
Here is where you can customize your Dynasty experience. Similar to last year, here's where you'll modify your settings from the updated list of available options and customize your conferences, complete with unique rules and protected rivals.
So for my dynasty, I'm going to go into my dynasty settings. I don't play with the sliders too much. I do play on Heisman just to make it difficult, but I don't play with the sliders or anything like that to adjust. One thing I do to make it a little bit more difficult, though, is I put the coaching experience speed to the slowest, and no player edit permissions. So obviously building points and the prestige of your coach goes much slower this way. And then no pre-order bonuses. I don't have anything like that, but so yeah, nothing else I mess with it. Everything else I'll mess with will be just like auto subs and things like that within the dynasty itself, and those are just for my team. That's not a league-wide tweak. So just a couple of things I play with if you're looking to copy or just curious how I play. So going to advance here. I'm not messing with the conferences at this point. As I get going, though, I might get some feedback if people start watching and joining, maybe about doing almost like a soccer type thing of like promotion and relegation through conferences. Might be cool. So I'm not exactly sure I'd do that to keep the leagues even, but something I want to think about, and I'm glad to hear some feedback on too. So I'll go ahead and advance it through this.
It's now time to select your team. Would you prefer to take over an established contender or build a team from the ground up? Pay attention to each team's prestige rating, represented by the number of stars next to each team's name. Teams with a higher prestige will be ready to compete for the college football playoff right away. On the other hand, lower prestige teams provide a greater challenge to build into contenders. The choice is yours.
So South Carolina is my team. I'm not playing with them, obviously. Like I said, I'm going to be starting with the lowest team, which I believe is Akron. I'm just going to scan through here real quick to make sure that's the case. But I believe they are, 61s all across the board, and they're a half-star prestige. So pretty bottom of the bottom there. I'm just going to double check to make sure that is right. Yeah, so it looks good. Yeah, I don't think anybody's that low. Okay. Yep. So Akron it is.
figure out where on the coaching staff you want to start. Whichever role you decide on, you'll receive new coaching opportunities throughout the season via the coaching carousel, and it's all based on how well your team performs.
So I thought about doing like a coordinator would be cool, but I really want to start because then you'll get offers and I'd be playing with, probably a higher team than I started with. So I really want to just stick with Akron the whole time. Again, like I said, I'm open to input from, subscribers, watchers, whatever. So if you want to follow along, I'm open to suggestions or what people want to do. But I think I'm going to start with the head coach. So if as we go along, if we want to try different teams or we build up a good team and want to start again from a low team or something like that, like I'm all for it. So yeah, I'm going to go with the head coach to start here.
For the fun part. Here, you'll create a coach of your own or select an existing one. If your plan is to create a custom coach, you can fully customize your coach's appearance, backstory, and starting skills. If you're going for an existing coach, EA Sports College Football 26 has more than 120 real head coaches and more than 190 real coordinators to choose from. All existing coaches come with an established set of skills and team bonuses to begin your journey with. With either option, you'll earn coach points that can be used to unlock unique skills for both on and off the field actions.
All right, sorry, Coach Moorhead.
Now it's time to
take over here.
Coach's archetype. Your starting choices are motivator, recruiter, and tactician. What's most important to you? Maximizing player development, acquiring new talent, or putting your team in the best position to win?
I don't, like I said, I don't have any research or anything that's going to back up anything that I do. It's just how I like to play. I know I play in some online dynasties, and a lot of my friends play as like a recruiter. I like the tactician, just kind of more my style of getting the boosts on game day and stuff. So I like that. And then, as time goes on, building in my recruiting skills and things like that. But I like tactician, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll go ahead and make OG Blue Duck here. Coach OG Blue Duck. So hopefully this starts good and I don't lose my first game. Very possible. I don't know what my schedule looks like, but 61s. So my playbook that I like is the pro style generic, and I run the 3-4 multiple. Just what I like to do, get some good D tackles, and then I can use my outside linebackers and DNs to kind of rush the edge, but being strong in the middle, nose tackle, some good D tackles it makes a big difference for stopping the run and getting pressure in the quarterback's face. It's just what I like to do. You probably saw all my South Carolina stuff there. So my alma mater is my Gamecocks there. And I am from Washington State. So I'm going to go to that Northwest there. And we'll mess with the rest of that stuff there. All right. Get my beard and hat. Okay. And tall, skinny blue duck. All right. Let's throw the hoodie and the sweatshirt on. Call it good. There he is. Coach Blue Duck. All right, cool.
Congratulations. It's time to sign your first coaching contract. Now pay attention to the expectations of the role. Failing to meet the university's expectations will land you on the hot seat and potentially looking for a new job when the coaching carousel rolls around.
There we go. All right, yeah. So year one, C- prestige. So I like to keep a little notebook just for recruiting. I feel like it makes it easier. So let's get a couple things fixed up here first. All right, so I like to boost my defense. I like a good D line, so that's where I'm going to start. I suppose I'm probably a better offensive coordinator, but I like to shore up my defense, run the ball, play defense. Don't want to do that yet. So I always like to check out my red shirts. Basically, if they're out of being in that starter and they're eligible, I'm trying to redshirt them just in case I need them later, whatever. You can always unredshirt your guys as the year goes along, but 2, 3, 4. So, there. So, I mean, these guys are not well rated, but who knows? So I'll do a lot of interchanging of my guards or my just positions in general, I guess. So my, left tackle, right tackle, left guard, right guard, Sam and Will linebackers, left and right DN, that type of stuff. Same position, just different sides. So you'll see some of that. I think the computer likes to default that to like year to year and just when setting the lineup. So I'll go in and correct that in a minute. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So, like, for example, this guy's a 60. He would be my third string, right end. But my fourth left, right, is higher rated. So I'm actually going to put him in his spot. So I'm just going to go ahead and red shirt Watkins there. Three kickers for some reason. Okay, so good with my red shirts there. Next thing, I'll go ahead and just adjust my auto subs real quick. So I don't like to grind out anybody. One thing I'll do is I will keep fresh my halfbacks. That normally limits them to like probably 8 to 12 carries a game normally. You can adjust these in game as well, and I'll show you how to do that if you don't know already as it goes on. So if the game's going well, I'll keep it there. But if it's a tight game, like I don't want my starting running back sitting on the sideline after 8 carries. So it's fresh for the end of the year, we lose a game. So my running back, my receiver, my tight end, line I keep the same, but my D tackles and my D end, just to keep those guys rotating and fresh. So they're good for the end of the year, but also like keep fresh legs in the game. So it's just something I do. You don't have to do that. I've played in Dynasties before where I put those on normal or even custom, and by the end of the year, like all 4 of my running backs will be out of juice somehow. I think one of the years, like my fullback was getting carries just because they were all so tired and just beat up. So I kind of learned my lesson of doing that. And like I said, you can tweak that in game, even if you want to keep them at normal or how they are and tweak it game to game. You can do that, but I just prefer like that, and then I can keep them in it, make that adjustment in game if I need to make sure they stay in the game. So good there. Get my depth chart right. So this is what I was talking about as far as some of my interchanging positions. Mostly just want, obviously, my best players in the right spots here. So like right now, like it shows like a right tackle playing left tackle. Like I want my left playing left as good as much as possible, and vice versa. I want my right playing right. But where it makes sense, right? If I have 4 right tackles and a bunch of good left tackles, I'm gonna take a look at that. So this is just be an example here real quick. So I have all right tackles there. I'm going to get all my left tackles here, and we'll kind of compare and see what that looks like. So 2 69s and a 59. So not a great team, obviously. It's their 61 overall team. So 69, 69, 59. All right, so it's like doesn't make sense to really switch anybody over. Nobody's gonna take somebody else's position there, so we're gonna do the same here and take a look. I think I only have 2 right guards, so regardless, I'm gonna have 1 left guard. Playing in that left guard spot already, so let's just take a look here. 72, 65, 63, and then 53. 72, 65, 63. And then that was Whitney. Alright, so I just don't want somebody playing left guard and right guard, so I just want to make sure none of those left guards are going to be my 3rd string right guard. Davis, Brown, Demery, and Whitney. So yeah, I think George is good there. Cool. And then so, like I said, my overalls, what I'm going for most of the time when I'm just setting my lineup, my depth chart. And then if I have, for my line, these guys are both 61, so I'm looking at like their pass blocking and their run blocking. And my guy here is better at everything, so he's going to be my number 2. And then for like my receivers and linebackers, corners, stuff like that, I'm mostly going to look at like speed if they're the same. I want to have fast guys on the field. And then, all right, so we got Oh, this guy's sitting down here for some reason. All right, 74, 69. And I know this takes a minute, so be patient with me here. I only got to do this once of the year, but I do like kind of evaluate it at the end of or before each game, just to, you'll see these green arrows or red arrows pointing down of guys that are improving or staying the same or getting worse as the season goes along. So you want to make sure, again, that like your best guys are playing the right spot in the depth chart. So I just kind of make sure that's right each time. All right, 74, 69, 67. So, good example here. So my 67 left end is better than my second string right end. So I want to move him out of that third spot into that second spot over here. So that is Jay Frazier. So I'm going to bump. Frazier up there, so I got to replace him on this side. That's good. D tackles, good. So Sam and Will, again, these are guys I'll interchange. I want my Sam's playing Sam as much as possible, and my Will's playing Will. Doesn't mean it's going to end up like that. Yeah, I can already see my Wills are better than my Sams. So we'll have some tweaking going on here in just a second. So yeah, he's going to be my starter here, so I'm going to switch him over. That's Briggs. All right. All right, so I got Spriggs out of there for Hopper. 74, 66. Okay. Looks good there. 77, I think that's my best. See my best players at mine? I don't know. All right, Mike's look good. Corners, again, like for corners, like see these guys are both 71. I'm looking at speed, especially the corner. 84 is pretty slow for a corner. I play a lot of zone, so it's not super important, but all right, corners look good. And then as I get to it, I'll show you how I kind of set my specialty positions here in just a second. So I'll talk through that. Looks good. Looks good. And then like my kick returners, again, I'm just getting fast guys, so I don't really care of their overall here. I really just want speedsters for this. Let's see what my fastest guys are here. Like 89's on the bench, 91 overall. All right, so let's get some of these 89's off the bench in here. So I'm looking at overall their speed, and then for tight and speed, I'm looking at their overall. And then probably third, like awareness. So I'm gonna have Polk over Williams here. They're both 89 speed, both 79 overall. So I'm gonna take a look at that awareness. So again, there's no right way to do this. Whatever you want to do. If you want to do overalls, that's definitely not a bad way to go about it. I mean, my fastest guy is my best overall. kick returner, so kind of works out. But I just really want fast guys, and sometimes you'll see like not the best idea. Like sometimes you'll have like I don't know, a running back or a corner that like they don't cut very good. Like they don't have jump cuts and stuff like that. They're fast, but I mean they're not avoiding a lot of tackles, things like that. So whatever works for you. This is how I do it. Looks like 88's probably my next one there. 70 overall. Okay. So, and then gotta do the same thing with my punt returners here. Always takes a minute. They're almost always the same, so you can just mostly look at the names and transfer them over. I can already see like this. Sometimes it doesn't show everyone for kick return, for punt return. Like there were no safeties options, but he's at 89 speed, that David. So make sure to get him in there. Even though these third, fourth string guys will never get a carry probably. And I got 8, 9 Adams. Okay. Kickoff specialist. One of my kickers taking that. I always make my center my long snappers. I don't think it matters. Obviously, some of these other guys are better long snappers than my centers are, but just again, just how I do it. Looks good. So I'm looking at speed, probably acceleration next, agility. Okay, that looks good. It's my third down running back, my power running back. Looks good. And then my slot. So for my slot, I use my slot a ton, so I want my slot receiver to be. I just put my 3 best receivers, and you'll kind of see. Oh, I don't put tight ends or running backs out there. I just want true receivers for that, and you'll see just kind of how I lay it out. There's plenty of plays with my slot getting deep routes and things like that, and my outside receivers getting underneath routes and stuff, but target my slot receiver a lot and get him some good looks. So for like my left end, I'm gonna swap them. Like they're basically my Sam and my left end, right? So my left end backers. So my left side is not as strong as my right side, so just like before, I'll get my rights, my wills, and my right edge situated, and then probably, I think he's already going to be my starter on the left side, so I'll make that adjustment. But I just want to get them set first. So I think D Brown was a 72. Just gonna take that spot, up the chart there. Jay Frazier. And actually Durham is higher than him, so I want to make sure he's not getting left out there. That works. Oh. Swap Durham for Frazier. That should be good. So 72, 69, 66. 72, 66. Yeah, okay, perfect. And then my D tackles. He's a little higher. Let's get him there. It's funny because he's a 63 overall. If you look at his player profile on the right. But this is like specific to that kind of position right now that that rushing D tackle. And then I always want my linebackers. I always want them to be my Mikes, because I assign my Sam and my Will are already going to play the Sam and the Will straight up, and then they're also in these left and right end rusher positions as well. So I tried to keep in position that linebacker all Mikes, and then same with my D tackles. I want to keep those all D tackles and not put, for example, my edge rusher on that D tackle spot. Just causes too many problems when they're in like multiple spots. Then you have all sorts of backups and stuff playing. So I want my true ones in there as much as possible, unless they're tired and they're getting subbed out. Now for my slot corners, I do that a little different. My wide receiver, I don't want my best corner playing in the slot. So Branch, Kamara are going to be my two outsides. I want them controlling those edges. So then it would be these three, kind of the best of these. I mean, even could be more, because since I have more corners, these guys could be in there too. But I want not Branch, not Kamara playing the slot corner. I want them on the outside, locking up the outsides. And then I can look at kind of the best remaining there. So Branch, Kamara, not going there. So let's get Branch out of there, and we will go Kamara. And then these guys are the same with a faster speed. I'll take Jarman. Nose tackle. Looks good. And my gadget. I like the halfback just because I don't run any gadget plays. But I'd rather have, I think, a halfback in there for whatever. Wildcat formation or any of that stuff, just handling the ball instead of wide receiver. So it looks good. That's my depth chart there. And the last thing I do before I get started into my recruiting, I like to sign my captains. So really, I think it's 6 captains. I just want it to be kind of the best player of each position group. So if you go into triangle, it's their player card. I can go in here. And I'll do this before each season, and now I'll set as captain, right? He's a tight end, so I'm not going to have 2 tight ends as captains, right? So I'll take a look at that as I go. I got a halfback, triangle him over to Moore, and then I can set as captain. Got a Mike linebacker. Oh. Got a wide receiver. And I think it will auto assign these guys for you. I don't know. I like to control as much as I can control in the game. So I got 4. So I already got a tight end. I already got halfback. So I don't want those guys. Safety. I'll take him. Okay. That's 5. And then wide receiver. I already got a linebacker. All right, we'll get my quarterback here. Perfect. And he'll be captain number 6 there. I believe that's it. So just to double check, I go in to say I want to do this guy. It should not give the option anymore. Yeah. So no longer has the option to assign anyone else captain. So I have all the captains that I can assign. Again, I don't really care about offensive D side of the ball, what I do. And you could just do your top 6, or if you have players you want to make seniors, captains, whatever, you can do whatever you want with that. I just do 1 per position group. So looks good. So I already upgraded my coach skills to add some D line. action, and then so I gotta set up my recruiting board. So I like to have like a notebook. It makes it easy for me just to keep track of everything that's going on, who I'm recruiting, how many. So one thing, if you go in here into your prospects, it has that team needs across the top there, that little panel, 2 quarterbacks, 1 halfback needed, all those in red of like needs. I look at that kind of secondary. So if you right or click down the right stick, it has the team needs here. I like this better. So I want to make sure I guess everything on the depth chart is filled. So like, for example, just how I play, I use a fullback. There's 1 fullback with 3 fullback roster spots. So I want to make sure I have 3 fullbacks on the roster. Most people probably don't care about that. With a fullback, some people probably have none. But I use a fullback. I just like to fill all of that. Let's say right guard, for example. There's 2 right guards. Like I want to make sure I have 3 of those, right? There's 3 right guards. So I want to make sure I have enough to fill all my spots. So like there's 3 quarterback spots, for example, right? I have 4 on the roster, gonna lose 1 to graduation at least. So I would have 3. I'm okay with that. I don't need, they're not a priority need for me. So priority needs are first, as far as like filling the roster spot, and then I'll go into that like additional depth of that secondary panel that shows all of that as like secondary. So I just want to go through this real quick. Quarterback looks good. I've got 5 halfbacks, no seniors, looks good. 1 fullback looks good. So I'm just gonna make some notes here real quick. All right, so I need 2 fullbacks. Wide receivers got 10. That's a lot. None of them are really that good, but I can add them as I go if I want to. Let's go tight end. All right, good with 5. Got 5 left tackles and 4 right tackles, so 9 altogether. Good. For 3 each. 4 left guards and 2 right guards, so that's 6 total. I'm actually good there. Team is super young. I have like no seniors at any of these spots. If you see, just 1 at quarterback so far, almost no seniors, which good and bad. Probably why they're 61 overall, but a lot of young players, which is fine. So 3 centers, good there. So not a lot of needs because the team is young. Not a lot of graduating players. 4 should cover those depth chart spots. D tackle 5, we're good there. Sam 3 and 1. So I do need an outside linebacker. I'll be down to 2 on that side. Good on that side. So I need a Will or any outside linebacker really just to fill that outside linebacker spot. And then losing 2 corners. I need at least 5 to fill my depth chart. So I need 1 corner. Good on safeties, both of them, and then nobody on special teams. So I got 2 fullbacks, outside linebacker, and a corner for priority needs. Easy. And then so for, I guess, my additional needs is what I kind of refer to them as. That's kind of the recommendations there, just to keep your depth chart full and have depth at the right positions. So it's 2 quarterbacks, running back, looks like a tight end. Two guards. 3 outside linebackers. So I only had 1, but See, like the depth is fine. 2 middles, 3 corners, and what's that? A strong safety. All right, so I know what I need now. So first, I want to fill my board. I try to I rank my priority of my recruits, and you'll kind of see how that goes here. But so I want my first recruits to be my priority needs, and then followed by my additional needs. I don't want them just all intermingled. So if I go in here, I do a couple of things, right? So I know my priority needs are going to be my fullback. I like to go into that R2 and go any state because I can see the best rated fullbacks. So the best available is a 3-star, but I want to see, my team is from Ohio. I want to see if they have something comparable in state first. First, I want to check. Yeah, see, he's grayed out for me. He's not an option. So I want to check my in-state, and then I like to go to my pipeline. And they do have one, right? So he's a 3-star. He's not as highly rated as it was. He's 1664 compared to 656. But my chances of getting someone in the pipeline is much better. I have a little bit more sway that way. So I always go, right, see these pipeline numbers. These help with the strength of your pitches, I mean, sit in the house, however you go about doing that. It just weighs a little bit heavier if you're in state. These go up to 5 in this area for probably more prestigious schools and things like that. So a 3-star fullback, and I need 2 of them. So I got 2 in pipelines. I'm going to add both these guys. Then I need an outside linebacker. And again, I go to my any state first, see there's a 5-star there. And not in state or pipeline, but I'm going after him, right? And especially in my first year of prestigious half-star prestige school, may not get this guy, but this is like my approach will be the same. He may block me out after the first try, and then next available is 4, and then I'll go, hey, who's a 4-star who's available, right? So 36, but there's a 4-star in state. Right, so I could go after him. But for this, we're going to go after that out of state. That out of state 5-star linebacker, and we just need 1 to start. And then I need a corner as well. So any state, again, got a 5-star. It looks like that's only 5-star available. We're going to go after that. So the chances I get a 5-star recruit in my first year at 61 overall, Akron is not good. So you could have a more conservative approach to start if you wanted to. I just like to go at it the same way. See if I can get some of these higher prospects really get. I mean, I'd rather get some quality players and less of them than, 25 2-star recruits or whatever. I'd like to have a little bit more quality coming in, especially with I'm not losing a bunch of guys either. So I'd rather have kind of quality over quantity, if that makes sense. So I'll go in here. These are my 4 priority needs, right? 2 fullbacks, outside linebacker, and a corner. So then if you see under their names there, it has kind of their national rating. That's what I'll kind of rate them as. So these guys are 2 and 9. And I mean, you can see on the school ratings, I'm not on the board for any of these guys at this point. I'm not too concerned with that, especially with pipeline and in-state guys. you'll get gain ground pretty quick on that. But if you're putting a lot of effort into these guys, you'll show up on their boards pretty quick. So for me, I scout everybody fully. If you get like an X'd out gym, I get rid of them like that. So yeah, I want him gone. Like, he's a 5-star, but I just don't go after those guys. I don't know how much of a bust they're gonna be. He's number 2 in the nation, so I doubt he's that much of a bust. I just preference. I'm not trying to go after that guy, so I'll remove him, which means I actually got to find another outside linebacker. If I remember right, I think he was only 5-star, but I did have a in-state 4-star, which is nice. So yeah, so he's you can see his busted star there, so I know he's the one that I just had. And then there's a 4-star here, but I want to kind of go through that whole series again, right? There's 4-stars available. I want to see if there's 4-star in-state first, which there is. And you can see in this column here if they're interested, right? Like where you're at on their interest rating, like some of these guys down here. These 2-stars, like if I have to take those guys, that's fine. I don't like to start with those guys. Likely those guys will be available later in the season. So I can always default to those type of players if I have to, but I like to kind of have higher ambitions in the recruiting game. So he's a 75 overall, 9, 75, 16. Okay, perfect. So again, gonna recruit. Yeah, no gem either way, so he's good there. And then I'll add that scholarship. So scout, all good, scholarship. And then as it goes along, these recruit influence options will unlock, and you can start putting points into trying to convince them or influence them to come to your school, right? And up at the top right there, you can see my targets, my hours, my scholarships offered. So as you see, scouting, it's 10 hours basically, like for every time I'm doing that. So you see it goes down to 150. So you can kind of manipulate that as best, or however you like to do that. Like I said, I keep my highest priority ranks at the top, and I'm basically just going top to bottom, like in my recruiting. So I'm going to start here. I'm putting all the points I can put into this guy, and then he would be next, and he would be next, and so on. But that's my 4. I still have 105 hours left. So what I want to do then is kind of go into those additional needs, right? So then I'm not going to search by position anymore. I'm just really going to go down the line and see what are some of these options are. So let's see this DeMarco. Is he tackle, a guard, center? So yeah, so he's an athlete, but he plays center. He's actually not. I don't have him as an additional need, even though he's a great player. Like, I want to go after these needs first and fill those, and then as I either sign those guys or still have remaining hours and have all of those like needs on my recruiting board met, then I'll start going after those guys. So I'm going to skip over. I'm going to skip over my center there. If you remember, that was my outside linebacker that, excuse me, I had the X over the gym. Your possession, tight end or wide receiver? Yeah, okay, tight end. But tight end is 1. Okay, I do have a tight end for one of my needs, so I'll get him added there. All right, and so I'm just going to do these guys one at a time since I'm getting low on hours. I don't know how much I'll have left after each one, or I don't. Oh, another busted one. But I don't want to run out of hours and have a whole bunch of guys that I, add to my board for no reason. So I try to keep my board clean. Just makes it easier for me. Still got 55 hours left. Only 4 guys on the board. That's the hard part when you first come in, especially when I have everything as the slowest. You don't progress very fast and you don't have a lot of hours to spend. So tight end was a fail. So like I said, I keep a little notebook. Just helps me kind of remember what's on there, what my recruits are, how many I have, things like that. So I don't have to toggle back and forth between my recruiting board and my prospect list. This makes it easy for me. 5-star running back. I do need a running back. Barry Cush. All right. Oh, another bus. Dang. So he's off my board now, but I guess I'll show you with this last guy. And then 5-star, a lot of bus 5-stars. Not as good as they say there, I guess. All right, and a DN. I do not need a DN. Another 5-star running back. And I only have 5 hours left, so I can't scout him. Obviously, he needs 10. So I like to use all my hours. If I don't offer scholarship first normally, I like to scout them. That way, I'm not offering a scholarship and then they're a bust. But I just want to use up all my hours for this. So I only have 5 players on my recruiting board right now, which is not very many, which is fine. Not losing a lot of guys. I don't have many hours, so it obviously goes very fast too. But one thing you see, like these top 4 are my priorities. So I'm keeping them my top 4, even though this guy's the number 31 recruit. Right, would be second on my list if I was rating him like that. But he's my lowest priority as far as needs that I want to fill for filling my depth chart. So that's just how I do that. So I kind of have my tiers, right? I have my priority, my additional needs, and then basically once. Then after that point, so it looks good. Looks like I have everything ready to go. Did my recruits, did my upgrade, did my ability, my depth chart, did my captains on my roster, adjusted my auto subs, did my red shirts. I don't really mess with that formation subs. So we can go to the next week. Maybe I'll get to play a game here. I got a bye week and some recruiting. So 300 hours this year. So obviously still not in anyone's. Oh, I'm 8 on his list. So it showed up on somebody's board at least. But you can see like the tiers over there for some of those schools, like Ole Miss. He's from Alabama. He's got a 5 in the pipeline tier. So their weight is much heavier than I can offer. It will just go faster. So probably not a good chance of me getting him. So then at this point, now you can see right in here, all of these opened up, and some of these will open up as we go along. But I'm just sitting in the house on all of these guys. And I do that with everybody until I get into like the hard sell, scheduling visits and everything. So, all right. So all of these guys, that's really the best I can do is sit in the house. And I can actually scout this guy. Still have 100 hours. I wasn't able to scout him last time. Just ran out of hours. Don't be a bust. Cool. And I already offered a scholarship, so that worked out good. And exactly 50 hours left. Sweet. So kind of capped all my hours there. Nice even distribution of sending the house on all 5 different guys. Looks good. And then when I have games, I'm going to come check the depth chart before every game just to see if there's been any changes. Bye week, I don't really care. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next week here. Looks like I did get locked out by somebody. So, and then we got a game against Wyoming, so that's cool. Hopefully they aren't way better than me. Let's see. Better than me, but beatable, right? Okay, let's take a look at the recruiting there. There goes my corner. All right. So knew that was coming. Probably wasn't in the top 10, but you can see all these other guys. So I'm in his top 8 now, top 6, top 4. So I wasn't even on his board a minute ago. So like I said, you'll move up quick when you kind of can sit in the house on some of these guys or show them that you're interested. So this is one of my priorities. So I want to make sure I'm going to remove him, but I'm adding a corner. And we want to see who's available here. It looks like I got 4-star. Okay, so let's go ahead and check Ohio. See if we got any 4-star in Ohio. We do not. We have a 1-star. That's not going to cut it. Check the pipeline. A 3-star. So we'll grab this 4-star. And then again, this is an additional need. This is priority. So I want to get him up to his spot here. And then he came in a little late, but he is priority. So I'm going to put him at the bottom here. Since I already put some points here, I'm going to kind of prioritize those guys over him. And then I want to scout him up. Man, he's a bust. Of course he is. Dang, that's a lot of busts. That was my bust. What else we got? A 3-star. I think it was a 1-star in Ohio. That ain't good enough. Check our pipeline. Do have a 3-star out of Florida. All right, and then you can remove these each time, right? So I can go back in and remove that. So now I have 50 points back available. This guy's priority for me over that running back, even though he's much better. But these are the spots I want to fill. These 4 were my priorities. So I'm gonna go. Go as much as I can. Couldn't do a full in the house because I only had 45. So I'll use my full 300 there. So recruiting looks a little rough so far, but that's all right. Like I said, priority is the priority. And then as my coach gets better assistants, you get more hours available, start to go after more guys. Hit a lot of busts there too, so that's kind of brutal. Kind of just want to check my depth chart again, just to make sure there weren't any crazy improvements anywhere. Everything looks normal. I did my coach points into my D line, so you might see some like green arrows next to those guys, especially. Were they both 69 before? One's. I think I like him. He's impact. Yeah. too much action yet. See some arrows, but all right. Looks like my linebackers got boost. All right, looks good. So we're gonna jump into week 1 right here. See if Akron can get after it. And then I always just try to make my uniform as opposite as possible from the computer. White, white, yellow. White. And white cleats. All right. It just makes it easier to see for me. All right, let's get it. So for tonight, I think I'll just do, preseason takes forever. So hope that wasn't too boring.
Welcome everyone to Akron, Ohio, and home of the Akron Zips, where the fans have been eagerly anticipating
So
this
if I just do the one game tonight and then trying to stick to like a daily schedule of playing a game or two every day, and kind of whip through the Dynasty seasons, see what I can do with little Akron and out of the MAC.
Taking on a team from the MAC, the Akron Zips. For EA Sports College
And then
Football,
if you want to follow, subscribe to my YouTube, whatever, like I said, it'd be cool to get like suggestions on just decisions to make for the season, different things like that. To stay at Akron, switch conferences, like I said, do some sort of promotion, relegation with the conferences is cool too, but like I said, I'm open for it.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
All right, here we go.
So Akron's offense will get first crack at it today. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking.
Come with the pressure right away, huh?
Palmer, I bet you wish
Oh my lord.
This you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL
I
guys.
should have switched out of that.
None of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football. And one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position. And these are two of the best in the entire country.
Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Got to shift that line. Get my running back to help out here.
Scanning the field, it's Fenley.
Go.
Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
So I'm always looking for like plays I like out of the suggestions. Try to run those first.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's like
Man down on the play
if I see a play I like out of those, kind of the same. I got like priority likes, secondary likes, and then I'll choose my own play if all of those suck.
The Zips in a good spot
but I
here with second
like
and
to
short.
run the ball.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
They'll run for it on third and short. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore?
All right.
Right? Everybody
All
thinks,
right.
I gotta make big
Moving the
plays.
ball.
I gotta go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out.
Look at that 4-4 with the outside.
Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could
Like
tell
linebackers
the
outside. I'm
speed
gonna
of the wheels does a great job getting
get
down
that
the field, making a
pressure
huge
up the
rushing
middle
play.
here.
They'll try the run. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
My guy's gotten
We have
hurt
an
twice
injury on
already.
that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
I like to go away from those extra linebackers.
Give to the running back.
Ooh.
And the defense
They're eating up.
firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Fenley. Got it in the middle. It's Adams. Moving deeper.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he was going to catch that.
The chains. It's first down at the 27.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offense.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this.
Dang, everybody's getting hurt.
Give them a first down. Man down on the
Like
play.
3
The
injuries in the
officials
first
take a
quarter.
break to let him be checked out. And the Zips, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost,
You can kind of see how much the running backs are changing out already, though, because I have them on keep fresh.
From the red zone, it's Gant.
There it is.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Akron. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
What an exciting way to start
All right.
this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it.
Put some
And
D
that
down.
was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Wyoming Cowboys offense will take the field for the first time. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously,
I play a lot of cover 3 on like first and second down, and then third and long I like to cover 4.
It's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well.
So if I have a cover 4 in here, I'm going to take that. I'm okay with cover 3 too.
Now puts you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
I
Oh,
don't think that's the way they drew it up.
sat on that one. Threw it in the dirt though. That would have been a good throw. I was gone. Hey, good to start the game. Let's go. Went down, drove, and got a 3 and out.
Punt is in the air. Makes the catch at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this.
So I always do safe man on the punt return. I get way less roughing the kicker. I also like found they faked on me a lot when I didn't. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Off the play fake on first down.
I don't know if anybody else experiences that same thing or not, but
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little
I was done
short
with
of
it.
first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
The Zips can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Power football with the run. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the
So that's my starter. He's only got 5 carries, and I have quite a few carries already as a team. So just kind of keeps him spelled and not taking on too much.
First and 10. To the ground, he's got it again.
Probably could have got outside there.
An injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a crease, it's Curry. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw. It's Finley. Under fire.
Oof.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And the Zips will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He makes the fair catch just outside his own
That'll
10
work.
at the 11-yard line. This drive will
Not a good possession. Let's play some deep.
They'll go to the ground. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first.
Yeah, so I really like to just throw a lot of different looks out of that cover 3. Different pressure looks. Oh.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
And then 3rd and long. No cover 4, so I'm going to go cover 3.
Here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout.
There it is. Good D.
We'll
Ain't doing anything.
to the field to get things started back up. At the end of the quarter, guys, it's Akron holding the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period.
Yeah, so instead of like the return left, return whatever, I always go the unsafe man.
The Cowboys,
yeah, it kind of brings in that extra guy. It's one-on-one on the outside, but I honestly am. Oh shit!
And this kick will be marked down just inside the 45-yard line. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between
liking the play calls. I'm getting too much here.
Really do it all.
Like getting a lot of the same place.
They give it to him again. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to.
I do like to pull those guards for sure.
Elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Hand off to the single back. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there.
Moving the ball.
The sticks with the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They're going to ride this running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said,
Yeah, you can see these powers. This is calling that power over and over.
All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical.
We're eating clock,
the defense
moving the chains.
Leaves it with the back. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big
Still have
chunks
an answer
like
for
this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They'll dial up the run.
Oh, that was my fault. That should have been a touchdown.
All the way down to the 5-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him,
The pancake.
Going for the goal line. And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Zips.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly
Hey,
what this
well,
offense is doing. They're
not a bad way to start the season so
doing
far.
their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Anderson will throw. Snags it over the middle. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys
direct
are
snap.
the
Oh, shit.
They're not trying to pick up
He's
receivers.
fast.
Turning it on. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Nice move to pick up yardage. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
Let's
And after having a nice game like
get
that,
him under wraps,
now,
my lord.
Offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
And the Cowboys can really attack on this 2nd and short. On the option. Quick toss. Not much running.
That's a wild
there
pitch.
thanks to this senior defender. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play.
Let's put him off the field here.
They'll try to get it through the air.
He's wide open.
Down the middle. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score.
All right, they're on the board.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, I don't know if Akron is explosive enough to go down the field in 1 minute.
Create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come
get a return going.
on fire and win this 2nd half.
He'll start the return inside his 5.
Oh, shit.
He only needs
Called
a
it.
sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get it.
Let's go.
It's a touchdown.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the 2nd half to get some stops.
That was nice. I think they get the ball at half. So having a little bit of cushion.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create some.
We've also had some miscues on.
Sent it downfield. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away. amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it.
That tight end's good.
Anderson wants to throw.
Yeah, I knew they were going to him.
Finds his big tight end. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play.
Yeah, God, my safeties are so slow. Oh my guys.
Picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We got a timeout here.
We'll get there, boys. We'll get there.
Trying to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Sargent. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Cowboys with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
All right.
They'll go to work in the air on second down.
There you go.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell
No points. No points.
And he was throwing that puppy away.
Oh, what a good route.
Outside, it's Durham.
Not getting any pressure back there.
At about the 36-yard line, a big pickup, and they are threatening. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's the pressure. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock.
Ooh.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Anderson will throw. A shot toward the end zone. Pass is
No way, sucker.
and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there so far in Akron. And a lot
All right, well, the Zips are playing some ball. 114 rushing yards. Barely had to even throw it yet.
But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week.
I normally like to throw it a little more than this. I feel like it's just what they're calling. Try to respect my OC, you know, my coordinator.
And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at InfoCision Stadium.
Thanks for that.
I called that
Kevin.
kickoff return. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, they do get it.
We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
All right, keep up the D, boys.
And here comes the offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running
Oh
game
my
going
Lord.
in the second half.
Agree. So it can create some more
I hadn't
balance,
adjusted
some
my
more
line yet, or
unpredictability.
my
I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing,
my
especially
defense setting
if
yet.
they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question.
Running back's pretty good.
Run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Anderson wants to throw.
Oh no!
Fly down the middle.
Where I thought my corner was gonna stay deep, he did not.
Wyoming. And here they come almost all the way back.
That's my responsibility, but
One of the reasons this offense is
For
so
my
exciting
safety,
to watch.
that was on.
They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride.
I just don't know who he was running with. There's nobody out there.
It's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so
Big play.
easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver.
Oh, no way.
This is a good one.
Dang. The second one. Hit that, Gritty.
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self. Kickoff team. Don't
Dang,
kick it to
he's
the
gashing.
Squib it. Kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Boise State took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags. That trip back to southwestern Idaho. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over
See if
the
our
country.
recruits like a win, hopefully, when we get out of here.
Toss to the outside.
I'll take a look at all that stuff, but that will be a next episode type of deal.
To move the chains. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking downfield on first down.
Oh my God, I am just getting gunked. They're in those levels and crossers.
They were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
Dang.
Quarterback's abilities to read
It
the field is huge.
stay with that deep one. Been caught cheating twice.
To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times,
Yeah, they're not going to kick it to him a third time,
into
huh?
the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Oh my God, he almost took it too.
Return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They believe they can run right here. Got the first down and still on his feet.
Nice run, baby.
They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about
Like, this game is a little close.
paving their lanes. Those
You can go into substitutions, right? I have these guys on Keep Fresh, and my starter's been out for a minute. I'm going to keep it balanced just to make sure he gets carries
no doubt.
late
When
in
they
this
get on
game.
those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The Zips come to the line after
Right, this guy, my backup is plenty good, but
keep it going.
like I don't want to be getting into my fourth string running back in a one-score game.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Man, I don't know if it's the rain or what. Like all they're calling is running plays.
Now back at it.
Yeah, so Curry is my starter. He's back in the game now, just because I made that adjustment. So I want him to get some carries.
5 to the 35-yard line.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple
way.
play for
Come
this
on.
offense, but I love it.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Let's see what they're gonna do
So
here.
the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
All right, let's test these guys.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete. To give
brutal.
up the football.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up
What?
to the defense.
Where's my
Take note of
4-4
it next
defense?
time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
That's weird.
Anderson will throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Here comes the offense on first down.
Probably should have kicked that field goal. I normally don't pass up on points like that.
Well, it's a simple
I
design.
don't really remember what yard line I was on.
QB gets it out of his hands quickly, trying to attack the left side there in the flat. They're just not able to come up with it.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. This is a designed run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. The play action fake. That's caught. It's
Nice tackle.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Cowboys will bring the punt team onto the field. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to
We're
get
gonna
that
throw one.
offense to work.
Let's do it.
These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking to throw, it's Finley. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection on third down.
Man. Game's getting tight.
And now it's fourth down. And the Zips will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and
shit, dude, I keep doing that. I normally don't do that. I am getting way too greedy. I'm pretty good at staying with the deep man. Stupid.
The give to the back. They get him on the ground.
All right, we got to hold him to 3 here.
Guys, it's Akron holding the lead here so far. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out. If they're
309 passing yards.
Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on.
Probably 200 of that's on like 3 plays.
When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
No way, son.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Gets it to him on the screen.
It's a big hold.
Right there, short of the first down, in this defense trying to preserve the lead. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot.
Ooh.
He slides that just inside the right upright. The lead now trimmed to 28-24.
And I think I understand the thought process of the offense here. You cut into the lead. Now a touchdown wins it. I might have stayed a little bit more aggressive, but they obviously trust their defense. And they're trying to get the football back to this offense and try to make plays late in the fourth quarter.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He lets one fly deep. Pulls it in on the left.
That was big.
They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm.
Only thrown 10 passes.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable
pretty
with
wild.
guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Looking for a man. It's Finley. Here's a hit.
Jeez.
He got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
The give as they work on that clock. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Do here, boys.
Trying to pick up
field
a
goal
first
range.
down. Here's the handoff. Got enough for the first down.
Nice. That's why I have my starter running back in there on the normal right now. Still only got 13 carries.
That's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Zips are on the move. Looking for space.
Oh.
Curry. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They'll run it from the gun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Zips are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, the power run.
Get there.
Here.
We get it?
Defense
I think he
uses
did.
a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and
That's
preserve
huge.
time for their offense.
And this is a situation this offense trains for. Having the lead late in the game, running the ball to ice it. They're just bleeding seconds off the clock. It's been a beautiful drive so far. And the defense, even though they know they're going to run it, they just can't stop them.
The Zips kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And the Zips
All right,
did
try this
start
again.
this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Back to pass, it's Finley. Fire
Wow.
into the right, complete.
Scary.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the ground with the back. Into the end
That should
zone.
do it.
Touchdown, Zips.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Here he comes from
Well,
inside his own
definitely got
5.
some stuff we got to clean up. My
Any crease in that kickoff coverage, and
getting
he'll
burned
be
at
stopped
safety.
the 17. football back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive.
Pass play is called. I don't know if that's just
leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points. But
just the rain or what the deal is with that.
He smashes
Oh my lord.
through again. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Cowboys headed quickly to the line.
Well, you're down 2 possessions. The defense knows you're going to take shots, so it's not going to be easy. But how about that explosive play and a 50-50 ball? Guy comes down with it, and that is perfect. You've got to score quick and get the ball back quickly here to win this game.
The give on the option.
Nope.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Back to pass on second down. Looking to the big tight end.
That switched on the wrong guy somehow.
It just trickled through his fingers.
Time is not on their
There we
side
go.
right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes.
I think that's the first damn sack.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
Come on.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more.
Really?
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. The corners are walked up tight. Anderson wants to throw. Fires into the end zone.
He what? Why did he what? He caught that? Looked like he dropped
Well,
it.
the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock,
Wow.
they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Few anxious moments there.
All right.
The hands team, true to its name.
Too
They make
close.
the grab and get the ball. Looks like
Closer
the
than I wanted to be,
offense
for
just
sure.
take a knee.
But we'll take the
Waited
dub.
So long to start the season, and just the way you want to start.
Yeah,
Getting
the
that
second
first
half.
victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
6 for 12 is wild. I don't think I've ever thrown 12 passes in a whole game. That's pretty crazy. For 79 yards. Yeah, rush pretty good. Okay. They're both more effective. At least on average yards. Barely threw the ball at all. Crazy. Had 2 big kick returns. That was huge. All right, so I'm gonna advance it, and just check out the recruiting, and that will be for should be tomorrow probably. Hey, play of the week. No reception, no yards. No touchdown. It's funny. And the 2 kick returns. Nebraska, that's a big one. All right, just want to see my recruiting here real quick. Lost another corner. Okay. All right, but yeah, I mean, these guys are fullbacks, so probably doesn't take too much convincing to get them to like, oh, you want a fullback? Yeah, we'll play. But everybody else on the way up, so that's good. 6 overall. Probably won't get him either. But hey, we gotta win. Kind of a crazy one. All right, so we'll call that good for tonight. If you check me out, thank you. Appreciate that. Go ahead and like, subscribe. Check me out. Probably play daily for the most part. At least a game a day. Probably trying to get through this Akron Dynasty. So like I said, happy for some interaction as far as suggestions or even just like preference on what we do with the season. It'd be cool to just have some input on that. It makes it a little bit more fun. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all of that. I'll be on tomorrow, and we'll get this Nebraska game going. So appreciate it. Thanks for checking it out.